Last time. The Byzantine Empire. As Byzantium and Persia wore each other down in war, something new was taking root in an Arabian trading city. This movement, born in a small trading city, would soon change world history. History Episode 34. Medieval Era. The Birth of Islam. Part 1. Mecca, City of Merchants. Mecca was a pilgrimage center and market town linked to regional trade routes. At the city's center, idols representing the gods of different tribes stood inside and around the Kaaba. Pilgrimage season markets and trade supported the wealth and social position of powerful Quraysh families. Yet that wealth concentrated among a few powerful families, while the poor and enslaved still struggled. Muhammad of the Quraysh was orphaned young and worked as a merchant, gaining a reputation for honesty and trustworthiness. Part 2. Revelation in the Cave of Hira. He would sometimes retreat alone to the Cave of Hira for quiet contemplation. According to Islamic tradition, in 610 CE, he received his first revelation in this cave. Deeply shaken, he came down the mountain and confided in his wife Khadija. Khadija is said to have believed him and stood by his side, becoming the first believer. In Islamic belief, this teaching continues the tradition of revelation associated with Abraham, Moses, and Jesus. He began cautiously sharing this teaching only with close family and friends. The word Islam comes from Arabic and means submission to God. Part 3. Persecution, and a small community. The teaching emphasized belief in one God, moral responsibility, and care for the poor and vulnerable. The early believers prayed together, shared with the poor, and cared for one another. 5 daily prayers, charity, fasting during Ramadan, and pilgrimage to Mecca later became central practices of Islam. Mecca's elite saw the teaching as a challenge to their ancestral religion, social authority, and interests connected to pilgrimage. Mecca's leaders began mocking and using violence against this small community. Enslaved converts in particular suffered even harsher punishment from their owners. Some believers fled persecution across the Red Sea to Abyssinia, in modern Ethiopia and Eritrea. Part 4. The Hijra, a new beginning. As persecution continued, some in Mecca are said to have plotted to harm him. In the northern city of Yathrib, people were seeking someone to help settle their long-standing tribal disputes. After many followers migrated to Yathrib, Muhammad left Mecca with Abu Bakr in 622 CE. The Islamic calendar, established later under Umar, took the year of the Hijra in 622 CE as its starting point. Yathrib became Medina, where an agreement defined rights and mutual defense responsibilities among emigrants, local clans, and certain Jewish groups. In this way, a small faith community grew into a self-governing political community. Part 5. Conflict with Mecca. Medina's Muslim forces won decisively at Badr, but were defeated at Uhud the next year. In the Battle of the Trench, Medina's Muslims defended successfully, shifting the balance of power. Both sides traded victories and defeats, and the tense standoff continued for years. The Medinan community steadily grew, forging new relationships with surrounding tribes. In 628 CE, the two sides signed a 10-year peace treaty at Hudaybiyah. The treaty seemed unfavorable at first, but it became a foundation for peacefully expanding the community's influence. Part 6. The return to Mecca. In 630 CE, he marched toward Mecca with a great number of followers. Mecca came under the new community's control with little major fighting. The idols that had stood inside and around the Kaaba were removed. He is said to have extended forgiveness, rather than revenge, to many of his former enemies. Part 7. The final pilgrimage and death. In 632 CE, he made his final pilgrimage to Mecca. His farewell sermon, as it has been passed down, is said to have stressed equality and justice among people. That same year, he died in Medina. After his death, different views emerged over who should lead the community, and how that leadership should be determined. The question of succession later became one of the roots of lasting division within the community. Part 8. The early caliphate and a new wave. After Muhammad's death, some leaders at Saqifa recognized Abu Bakr as caliph, and allegiance spread. Under Abu Bakr, wars were fought against tribes, rejecting Medina's authority or tax obligations, bringing most of Arabia under caliphal control. Under the caliphs who followed, early Muslim armies from Arabian tribes advanced beyond the peninsula. Weakened by war and turmoil, Byzantium and the Sasanian Empire struggled to contain their advance. The community that began in Mecca and grew in Medina now stood at the frontiers of two great empires. A teaching that began in a small trading city opened the door to a new world order within a single generation. Next time, we explore how this new empire was able to expand so remarkably fast, encountering diverse peoples and cultures in conquered lands. The empire would change in new ways. That story continues in the next episode.